everyone, thanks for tuning in again. If you have not seen any of my videos, my name is Sweet Tea and my videos are all about travel, how to travel on the luxury side of things, how to use points and miles and not use money to elevate your travel, and just different travel hacks. Today's video is a review of another airport lounge. This one is a little bit different. It's an airport lounge at an international airport, and it is not a Delta Sky Club. So I'm going to review the VIP lounge at the Liberia Costa Rica, or the airport in Liberia, Costa Rica. This lounge is open to anybody. If you have a priority pass membership, you can get in as a part of your membership. If you don't, I think it's like $31, maybe $33 to get in, regardless of having any kind of airline status or being on any airline. And again, if you are a priority pass member, it comes as part of your membership. This is a unique lounge because it is at an airport that is pretty small. I think it only has 7 gates. And really, I think it probably has like 5 that are main gates, maybe a couple of holdover gates. So this is by far one of the smaller airports that I have flown out of. And the fact that we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's a 7-gate airport and it has a lounge is pretty cool. So again, this lounge is located in Liberia, Costa Rica, on the Pacific Northwest coast of Costa Rica. It is a relatively small lounge. Again, it's a small airport, so I wasn't expecting a big lounge, but it was nice. You walk in, there is the person at the front who is either going to validate your priority pass membership, or you go ahead and pay. You walk in, there are seats to the right. There is the bathroom to the left and like a little cubby hole of seats. They had fountain drinks, orange juice, beer and wine available. They had a little bar that had beer and wine. They had, I won't even say they had snacks, because when I went there, they had like 4 desserts, not 4 types of desserts, like 4 little desserts out, and it didn't look like they were refilling those. But they did have tea and coffee as well. There was hot food. There is an attendant that would come in and ask if you wanted, the options when I was there was meatballs and pasta and meatballs, and chicken and rice. And that seemed to be all there was for hot food. There wasn't a buffet. There wasn't the availability to customize the meal. You kind of got what they had. But for a smaller airport, again, it's kind of what I expected. They didn't have a variety of seats like I've seen at some of the other airports. They had different areas. They had, against the wall, they had some couches. They had individual seats. They had an eating area that had tables and chairs. They did have a couple of TVs up of things to watch, but it did get a little crowded. As we were leaving the lounge, they did have a sign up that said that the lounge was at the capacity and they weren't accepting any more people. And I can see how that happens because our flight was actually delayed 2 hours. So I think it was our flight and then some other flights that were coming out. There were some storms in the US, and so flights were delayed. So I think the lounge just saw more traffic than it usually would in a spread of time. And that's why it was closed, because it reached capacity. But I could see if all the flights were kind of leaving as scheduled, people would come in, spend an hour or 2 before their flight left, go out, and then more people would come in, so the lounge wouldn't close. Again, it was a small airport, so you could stay in the lounge really up to during boarding, because it was 200 yards from the lounge to the other end of the airport. So the lounge is on one side, and then going down to the other side of the airport was maybe 200 yards, not far at all. Overall, I thought it was a good lounge. Again, didn't expect much at a lounge that only has 7 gates, So what there was pretty exciting. If I fly back through there again and my flight's delayed 2 hours, I would definitely hang out there, even if my flight wasn't delayed. As having access to that as part of Priority Pass, I would go. Now, if I didn't have Priority Pass and my flight wasn't delayed, I probably wouldn't pay the $30 a person to enter the lounge. Again, not a big airport, not very crowded. But if my flight was delayed and I just wanted a little more space because the gate areas were kind of small, if I wanted food and drinks and just the ability to rest a little bit after hectic traveling, then I might pay. I think I would have to gauge what's going on at the airport. So that is my review of the VIP lounge in Liberia, Costa Rica. If you've been there, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear your experience. If you have any questions about lounges, about Priority Pass, how to get lounge access, comment below. I do have a video that talks about how to get lounge access, but if your question isn't answered in that video, comment and I would be happy to answer. You subscribe if you haven't already, please and thank you. And thanks for watching. Bye.